One government official tells Politico, quote, "This is probably going to be one of the most consequential cyber attacks in U.S. history."
U.S. officials called the hack a grave risk.
This is an attack on the United States. It's an attack on our infrastructure, our government, our private sector.
New York Times puts it this way, quote, "About 18,000 private and government users downloaded a Russian-tainted software update, a Trojan horse of sorts,
impacting virtually every part of America's infrastructure."
This is as destructive and broad-scale an engagement with our military systems, our intelligence systems, as has happened in my lifetime.
Wow. Amidst the unprecedented cyber damage, what is Secretary of State Pompeo saying?
I think it's the case that now we can say pretty clearly that it was the Russians that engaged in this activity.
Surely President Trump is going to be tough on the Russians, right? Wrong.
Trump mockingly dismissed Kremlin responsibility, tweeting, "Russia, Russia, Russia is the priority chant when anything happens." Instead, he suggested it may be China. It may. That sent aides scrambling. An official tells NBC News the White House had prepared a statement that would cite Russia, but was told to stand down.
Stand down? Once again, Donald Trump is making a convincing case that he's a Russian agent, and it's been that way for years. Hello, everybody. I'm David Shuster, and thanks for watching. Let's review. In the 14 years before Donald Trump became president, Russians made all-cash purchases of Trump properties totaling $109 million. In 2008, Donald Jr. said that Russians made up a pretty disproportionate cross-section of a lot of our assets. In 2010, Deutsche Bank loaned the Trump organization hundreds of millions of dollars during a period it was laundering billions in Russian money. In 2016, the Trump organization was using a Putin aide to try to get help building a Trump Tower in Moscow. During the 2016 campaign, there were dozens of contacts between Trump campaign officials and high-level Russian operatives, including that meeting at Trump Tower in June of 2016, in which Donald Jr. expected that he was going to get dirt on Hillary Clinton. Throughout the 2016 campaign, the Russians interfered in the U.S. election to help elect Donald Trump president of the United States. Once in office, President Trump fired James Comey, the FBI director, to stop the investigation of the Russia thing. Then Trump bragged about having done so to the Russian ambassador and foreign minister while they were visiting the Oval Office. During that meeting, Trump also revealed a national security secret. Later, Trump fired Attorney General Jeff Sessions because he would not end the special counsel investigation sparked by the Comey firing. Trump has praised Vladimir Putin as a strong leader while trashing everyone else. And who would forget Trump's efforts to try and hide his conversations with Vladimir Putin?
A bombshell report in the Washington Post claiming President Trump went to, quote, extraordinary lengths to conceal details of his conversations with Russian President Vladimir Putin from his own administration. The Post reporting that at that private meeting in Hamburg back in 2017, the president confiscated his own interpreter's notes, shutting out members of the administration.
Now let's look at some Trump policies. President Trump has repeatedly attacked and undermined the Department of Justice and FBI, two federal agencies that stand on the front lines in the battle against Russian espionage and influence. President Trump has repeatedly undermined the European Union and NATO, two organizations in Europe that stand in the way of Russian ambitions there. In the Middle East, President Trump has pulled U.S. troops out of Syria, effectively handing that country over to Russia and its allies in Iran. President Trump has done virtually nothing about those Russian attacks on Ukrainian ships in international waters. And now we see the president essentially doing nothing about the Russian hacking, perhaps the worst in our history of American cyber infrastructure. Is President Trump really a Russian agent? Well, he certainly has been acting like one.